Hello children, welcome to 7th Science online classes. Today we are going to start the new lesson, that is chapter 13, Motion and Time. These two words are very familiar to you, motion and time. Let us see the chapter. What is motion? Before going to find that answer, first we see some types of motion. In class 6, you learned about different types of motion, such as linear motion or rectilinear motion, circular motion, and periodic motion. So we'll see that with some examples. First one, linear or straight, in which the object travels in a straight line. So any object that travels in a straight line, we can call it as linear motion or rectilinear motion. Example, this car. In this picture you can see the car moving on a straight line or straight road. There is no curves. There is a straight road, so it is called linear motion. Second one, circular, in which the object travels along a circular path. So any object that travels along a circular path, we can call it as circular motion. In this picture you can see merry-go-round or the hands of the clock, and then a pedal of a bicycle in motion. These all are the examples of circular motion. Third one, periodic motion. Periodic, in which the object repeats its motion after fixed intervals of time. So in this picture, the girl swings on a swing. See, so that swing movement is a periodic motion. In a particular distance, it's come back. So it repeats. That movement is repeat after a fixed interval of time. That kind of motion is called periodic motion. Now we will see what is motion. So that is simply we can tell that when an object is moved, that is called motion, and one object is not moving, what we can call it as, that object is at rest position. If one object is not moving, that object is at rest. Then what is motion? If an object keeps on changing its position with time, it is said to be moving or in motion. Example, if we walk, if one boy is walking, just imagine one boy is walking. So that time, in the first second, he is in one particular place. Next to 5 seconds, he is passing that position. He reached the next position. Okay, so that is called motion, or we can call that object is moving. So I'm repeating, or I'm reading once again that definition of motion. If an object keeps on changing its position with time, so that is very important, keeps on changing its position with time, it is said to be moving or in motion. Motion can be of different types, linear or straight, in which the object travels in a straight line. Example, a car moving on a straight road. Second one, circular, in which the object travels along a circular path. Example, this merry-go-round or the solar system, the planets are moving around the sun. That is also a circular path. Next, periodic, in which the object repeats its motion after fixed intervals of time. So that swing, the movement of the swing, that is the example of periodic motion. So children, in your textbook, this chapter, motion and time, one table is given, table 13.1. So there just to feel that each example of motion is it is a straight line, or it is a linear motion, or circular motion, or periodic motion. So write that in your textbook with pencil. Slow and fast motion. This is a very simple concept. First I'll tell one example. Snail and a cheetah. Snail, S-N-A-I-L, you know that animal, snail. So snail is the slowest animal. It can move very, very slowly. So that is the slowest animal. But what about cheetah? Cheetah is the fastest animal. It can move or it can run very, very fast. You just imagine that example. So from that example, you will get what is slow and what is fast. Slow motion and fast motion. Now we see some other examples. See, we know that some vehicles move faster than others. Even the same vehicle may move faster or slower at different times. Okay, on the road, every day we are seeing that vehicles move faster. And the same vehicle may move faster or slower. In the first beginning or starting time, it's move very slowly, and after after some time, it's move fast. So the same vehicle may move faster or slower. Then we often say that the faster vehicle has a higher speed. So when two cars are on the racing, that time we know that two cars are moving on the same direction. Just think, two cars are on the same direction. So we can tell that when observing that thing, we can see which car is move faster or which has higher speed. So faster vehicle has higher speed. But you just think, children, the two cars are moving on the opposite side. How can you tell which one is move fast or which one has higher speed? But by looking, we cannot tell. By looking the speedometer, you can see that in that meter inside the vehicle. So by looking that speedometer, we can tell which car has more speed. See here, in a 100-meter race, one who takes shortest time to cover the distance has the highest speed. 100-meter race, that racing competitions are in our school also. So in that 100-meter race, one who takes shortest time to cover the distance. So example, 100 meter. So that 100 meter, who covers that 100 meter with very less time, that person has the winner. Okay, and that person has the highest speed. Yes, children. Now we'll see this video also. See, these three cars. So which one is moving now? Winning this red car. Oh, sorry, this one. Okay, move this. So we have also see. I'm seeing once again. So by looking or by comparing the other car, we can tell this blue one is moving fast or red one is moving fast, like that. Okay. Speed. We are very familiar with this word speed. So by calculating the speed, there are two ways. First we will see the first way. See, a higher speed indicates that a given distance has been covered in a shorter time. I'll tell one example. Two cars, car 1 and car 2. And we give a place, that is distance is 10 kilometer. So that both cars start that journey, and car 1 took only 10 minutes to reach that destination. But car 2 took 20 minutes. So which car has higher speed? Definitely the car 1, because car 1 took only 10 minutes to reach the 10 kilometer. So that is the first way. A higher speed indicates that the given distance, that is 10 kilometer, that is the given distance, has been covered in a shorter time. So car 1 took only 10 minutes, that is shorter time. But given distance is 10 kilometer. That 10 kilometer we given to both cars. But car 1 took only 10 minutes, but car 2 took 20 minutes. So car 1 has higher speed. Then see the second way. A larger distance covered in a given time. Here we provide a larger distance, a long distance, but we give a time, a particular time to complete that distance. That is, example, if we give 15 minutes, and which car has moved or cover larger distance in this 15 minute, that car has the higher speed. Got it, children? Yes. Then, so you understood that in this, when you are telling about the speed, here distance also there and time also there. So both cases, the both ways, when we are saying about the speed, we used the two words, distance and time. So using these two words, we can frame the definition for speed. Okay. So the most convenient way to find out which of the two or more objects is moving faster is to compare the distances moved by them in unit time. Here distance and time. Now we going to frame the definition of the speed. See, the distance traveled by an object in unit time is called its speed. This is the definition for speed. So I'm repeating once again. So when you are considering the speed, two terms you have to come in your mind. Speed, distance, time. Speed, distance, time. See, the distance traveled by an object in unit time. The distance traveled by an object in unit time is called its speed. So what is speed? The distance traveled by an object in unit time is called its speed. Okay, so here also you can see the picture. One car is started from here, so this is the distance and time also here. So this car takes how much time to cover this distance, that is the speed. So how can we calculate speed? So there is one formula, speed equals distance upon time, distance by time or a distance upon time. So this is very important, the definition of speed and the formula. So what is speed? The distance traveled by an object in unit time is called speed. Speed equals distance upon time. That is why I am telling speed, you think about two terms, that is distance and time. So speed equals distance upon time. So when using this formula, you have to do some problems or mathematical calculations also. So speed, distance upon time. So sometime distance, you want to find the distance. See, you want to find the distance. That time you can cross multiply this. So distance equals speed into time. See, distance equals speed into time. So this triangle, it is very easy to find that one. Distance, here when you are writing distance, speed into time. Okay, then D for distance and T for time and S for speed. When you are writing like that, distance you will get very easily, speed into time. Then next one, if you want to find time, see, time, it is distance by speed. If you want to find time, distance upon speed, distance by speed. Next you want to find speed, that is okay, already we know distance upon time. So any one of the formula you know, you have to find another formulas also. So speed equals distance by time. So using the formula you can find distance and time also. Okay children. So this chapter is very important. So up to this you have to read the textbook very well and these definitions and the formulas by heart. Okay, in the next class we will continue this chapter. Okay, so all the best. Thank you.